Hi everyone, I'm Amarok. Welcome to another episode of Community How Night. Today I'm joined by KIma Saber. Would you like to introduce yourself, KIma?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. I am a content creator and social media influencer. I post positive content, and I'm also a fursuiter in real life and take fursuit pictures and photos and go to local cons and meets. So, I want to bring happiness to the world for everyone. But it's lovely and nice to meet you all. And thank you for inviting me to this. I'm Rock,
Thank
so
Yeah,
yeah,
we're glad to have you, and especially in our brand new studio that we just opened up. But yeah,
it's very
today I
lovely. I
am by
really love the
myself.
logo.
Most of our production team today couldn't make it. But yeah, so KIma, what got you into voice acting?
What got me into voice acting? Well, ever since I was a little kid, I always watched Pokemon. Pokemon is such a big inspiration and um how do I say it? Basically, Pokemon was just my favorite childhood show as a kid, and then ever since my favorite voice actor, Veronica Taylor, who voice acted like all the other cutesy voice of the Pokemon and whatnot, I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Ever since I've watched the show as a 5-year-old kid, I kind of just picked up on it, and ever since then, I just kind of practice with Pokemon voices. I only do the cutesy types of Pokemon voices. Would you like me to show you an example of how?
Oh
Or
yeah, knock yourself out.
hell yeah, all right. For example, I can do two of my favorites, Eevee and Pikachu. So here's an example of them both. Pikachu, Pika Pikachu, Pika Pika Pika, and Eevee. Eevee, so there you go. Those are my two favorites to do, and as well as I can not just Pokemon voices, but I can also do like old grumpy granny or just anything in general. But I do take breaks in between. It's important to keep your voice not strained with lots of water. Always have a break in between. Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're not
but
harming your
that's what
voice.
exactly. But that's what made me get into voice acting. Just that inspiration as my childhood self with that show. But yeah, that's why I love voice acting. It's just a hobby. I love doing it. But yeah, I remind myself to take breaks in between. It's very fun. It's very fun.
Yeah, so what got you involved with the social media community?
What got me involved with the social media community? Well, what really got me into the social media community is like way before I even had like my first suit, or way before I got into that way before I got into social media. I kind of had friends who were um how to say it, having fun, going out and about, being social, basically like exploring new things, like going out to nice places. They like traveling. I like traveling. Just seeing places that they go. I wanted to be involved with how beautiful of a community it is on the social media aspect of things. Like I'm like, you know what? Since there are good people who do good deeds and help others, I'm a people person, not a people pleaser. I'm very caring about others, and I just want to make what's best for everyone. Kind of like the balance of the life of like yin and yang, you know? Take the lightness within taking out the darkness, as in like bringing light upon people and shining it in a good, positive way and making them happy and never feeling alone or left alone in the dark. I basically I created my socials to, you know, show who I am as a person, what I like doing, start positive things, and be just a goofball online.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
those are some
So that's
amazing goals to have, and I really, really like how you try to bring out the better side of people by showing up and being so honorable around people. That's a very, very wonderful thing to have.
mhm. Yeah. Like whenever I see someone alone or needing help, I'm willing to help them. I help them get started by inviting them to group chats of local firm meets that they've never been to or haven't attended in real life to I've helped people with like personal stuff. I've basically helped them in more ways than one you can think of. There's so many things to like it's hard to describe it. There's so many things, more ways than one to help with a lot of people with certain things in life. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy and like it's good that I it's important to put yourself first before other people, but I also still care. Like even though I put myself first, I always put others alongside with me as well. But I learned to how do I say it? Self-manage control with certain emotions that don't get the better of me, as in like don't be too over worried, but knowing that they'll be okay because you know I most people say I'm like a sister figure or a mother figure to them. But yeah, it's out of heart. It's out of my pure generosity of my pure heart, my my kind kindred spirit is the right way to say it.
You and
Yeah.
Isaac would get along so well as he has these very similar core values of kindness, which I feel like is a core value everyone needs. Because your kindness goes a long way with being around people and being in our civilization.
Yeah. And um and Isaac's very lovely and he's very wonderful. Like I got to talk to him maybe one or maybe once or twice, but he's very lovely. He's very lovely, and everyone else within the community of Waterwolf. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know everyone as well. So it's really exciting, and it just shows how much of a beautiful community and how you guys build and established it. Very
Oh,
wonderful.
oh yeah, it's been awesome because like the way Waterwolf works is it's decentralized, everyone has their own subdivisions. And mine is Wea, which is our production facility we're in right now. And I built this whole facility by myself for my team. Retro really, really wanted our own production facility, so we can like build sets in the dead space. We can make our own recording stuff. So I got the endorsement from
Mhm.
Isaac, and I got started, and this is my first real big Unity world. That's why most of this is
And
pre-models.
it's amazing and beautiful. Uh, it feels cozy. It feels like you're at home.
Hey, we try to make the
Yeah.
talents as relaxed as possible.
It does feel relaxing. I wish I could take a sip out of this cup.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the next update. The next update is I'm gonna make those actually pick up wobble.
Yes, and just go and just drink it like that.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Um. Yeah, and I can also explain like how long I've been a furry for in the fandom, if you
Oh
want me
yeah,
to. Like I
Oh yeah, go
um.
ahead. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. I can.
Okay, it's just for some reason my Oculus mic wasn't picking it up.
Leg.
But what I was gonna say is, yeah, go ahead, explain your story, the wolf furry community.
All right. Well, ever since I was a little kid, how I became a furry and how I came into the fandom and my inspirations and sparks was just practically just watching my old favorite childhood Disney films like the original classic Robin Hood, Fantastic Mr. Fox, um, Oliver's Company, uh, basically all of the adorable like dogs and cat films that you see from the creators of Disney, like 101 Dalmatians, Lion King. I'm a big Lion King nerd, and I'm a very big like How to Train Your Dragon nerd as well because I love the merch. I love the merchandise and franchise and whatnot. Um, just watching those like movies and the classic films with the anthropomorphic animals, as well as like cute, adorable, romantic uh films of those films as well, of like the cute, adorable like Lady and the Tramp or Fox and Hound too, and so many other things like on top of my head. But like I'm such a rom-com. I love my romance movies. I just love my romance movies. But I love rom-com. But yeah, no, like just ever since I watched those as a kid, I kind of took the inspiration through school where I'm like, okay, if I have a favorite of like watching all of those like childhood shows and movies and whatnot, as well as like having merch a little bit as a kid and being so big into Pokemon and whatnot alongside of things, I kind of just like, you know what, I'm gonna start drawing. I love drawing. Drawing is like one of my biggest hobbies. I drew from what I used to watch from the shows to the movies as a kid, to then what when it came to 2010, the first ever YouTube video that popped up was one of the first ever furry conventions to be mentioned in Australia, which was Furdo or Furry Down Under, the furry convention that's I think in the Gold Coast in Queensland. My interest that sparked within me was Telephone. Everyone knows Telephone, the Dutch Angel Dragon.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, with the squeaks and the chirps and whatnot. That first ever video, I remember that they attended that FurCon, and I wanted to make it a goal where in a few years' time or later, when I turn 18, I want to go to that convention as my first con. And I was like, okay, that inspired me. This was in 2011 or 2012 that um I was, as a little kid, like picking up from the things when I was younger. I kind of looked at, okay, like it just like it ignited something within me. And while looking at Telephone, I'm like, you know what? It's hard to pick my three favorite like species that I was gonna pick between as my persona that I was gonna draw traditionally was either a Manor-kit, a Dutch Angel Dragon, or a I cannot remember the name of it, but a Sergal as well. Those are the top three that I wanted to pick. But the two hardcore ones that I really had, like, it was hard to choose between either the Mannequin or the Dutchie. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go Dutch Angel Dragon. I used to have a old Dutch Angel Dragon Sona called Malibu Dutchie. She was drew by me traditionally. She was all the tropical vibes and whatnot as well. Like she gave tropical vibes. I had her for a bit, and then I didn't officially call myself furry until 2013 because I just said anthropomorphic out of my mouth when I was so young. I didn't even know what it was. So I kind of searched it up on the internet and it showed that, oh, this is what a furry is. This is what our community is all about. I'm like, oh, huh, okay, that's actually interesting. So I've been a furry since 2013 and I've been a furry for about, say, God, I'm like 20 years old. So I've been in the fandom for like 11 or 12 so years by now for being a furry that long,
Yeah.
from lots of
You're a veteran.
inspiration and whatnot. A veteran. I Is that the ranking? A veteran?
Yeah, for the age, because I only got started 3 years, and yeah, I've had the same general look for all those 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I didn't really, I just more focused on being online. Like I wasn't, I was a nobody while being online. I was just a normal simple human being making friends and being a part of it. I didn't really start getting into the online community since 2017 through high school. Like way before, like I kept myself being a furry for a while. I didn't want my family to know because you know how people prospect us furries and judge them so quickly.
Oh yeah,
without,
it's really bad here.
like understanding it. Mm. You all good?
Oh yeah, I'm just making some adjustments because I had to readjust myself on my rolly chair. It happens occasionally. But yeah, my story, not many people ask about my story, but really I started as a Canis from the beginning. And then
Mhm.
I used the default Grey Wolf for a while because the default Grey Wolf was already very, very similar to my persona. And
Mhm.
later I started getting really, really good at Blender. So I started doing commissions, and someone ordered a Canis Wolf. So they bought me enough money for my own license, their own license. So I technically got this for free. And so I've been working with the Canis ever since. And this iteration took me about 5 months to finalize the design, as wolf genetics is very
Oh, wow.
complicated. And, there's so many
Yes,
different
it is.
variations of wolves out there. I wanted mine to be as realistic as possible. And there's so
Yeah.
many different variations of gray wolf skins and furs that in their like fur patterns that it's like it was hard to determine one that I really liked, but it wasn't
Yeah.
until I finally sampled one from a national park picture that I was like, okay, this one's really really cute and really really nice. I'm going to recreate my fur with just some minor differences. So yeah, I did. I took all the genetics together. And what really started the gray wolf craze was this art piece that I found online that worked really, really well. It was tribal wolves all in the wild hunting together. I really liked it until I found out where that was based upon a comic, and I found the comic, and now that is considered forbidden knowledge because furries tend to
Mm,
ruin good things.
interesting. That's true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Way to storm the parade, guys. We can't keep it to ourselves half the time. But anyway.
Exactly right. What he said.
So yeah, now I'm my own original entity. But yeah, so enough about me. So with your fursuiting and stuff, what's like the most coolest convention you ever been to?
Ooh. Ooh. That's a really, really good one to ask. I would say further because they have so much activities to do there. Like I've gone since 2022 and 2023. I went there for 2 years. Further has a lot to offer. It has lots of activities to do. Um, it's a nice crowd there. It's it's just so cool because you're in a you're in a state of Queensland and you're in the Gold Coast, and there's so many things you can do and go there in the Gold Coast. You can go to the big famous Australian Zoo. Like, if you're gonna be at a fur convention and you're gonna take a holiday afterwards, I'd say I recommend it because people go there to go to Movie World, Sea World, the Australian Zoo. Because let me guess, do you guys know Steve Irwin?
Yep.
Yeah, his son runs the Australian Zoo now. It's like the biggest zoo over there. Like it's amazing. I used to watch a lot of the documentaries, but like you just take a fun holiday out of it afterwards.
Oh,
It's a lot of nice sightseeing there. But no, the
hang on a
convention
minute. You
itself, there's
froze
lots
for a
of
minute.
nights of oh oh
Yeah, you froze. All
am
we
I
heard was from the something about the Australian Zoo.
oh Oh, okay. Sorry, I froze on that bit. Like
Yeah.
from the Australian Zoo and just doing a lot of like sightseeing. There's lots of pretty places to go and visit, and nice like attractions and fun things and fun places to be around there. If you want to go have fun with your furry group of friends that you want to go have fun with, and there's also like nice parties that people throw at the convention. Lots of nice events, get-togethers, having lunch and dinner. But one thing that really I found that was cool is the dance competitions that were there. Like the dance competitions where, you
Oh,
battle dancing between other people in fursuit. I'm a big dancer. I love dancing. I've been dancing ever since I was 5 years old. I used to do
oh my, what's going on with the internet, guys? Oh, we had another freeze.
Oh god. Up to what bit?
Right after the zoo.
Uh,
Hang on, give me a second. I'm gonna see if it's my network. No. Ah, VRChat's just being stupid today. Hey guys, that tends to be like every single day for some reason.
sorry about is I think it's not the internet or not us. It's VR chat itself.
Yeah, I know, cause like
Isn't
I
that
don't know
right?
what's up with Saturday night, but VRChat like has a lot of issues on Saturday night or Sunday noon for you.
Which is AEST, Australian Eastern Standard Time Zone, plus GMT plus 10. So yeah, it's like, what time is it right now? It's like 1:21 p.m. in the afternoon for me. So around lunchtime roughly. Yeah, no, like just the coolest thing that I really found is just going out with friends for lunch and dinner, going to nice fancy restaurants, trying different new things that, everyone, it doesn't hurt to try new things. It
Oh
doesn't hurt to try new things of different foods and cuisines. They're very good. Even that you don't like it or dislike it, I recommend it. It's personally yummy. Some places are yummy.
definitely.
Yeah, no, and just exactly. But no, one thing that was really cool that I found was they did talent shows. So people singing, performing, people having natural talents. That's why they did like an activity or a panel. They call them panels at furry conventions. So activities such as panels, like they had the talent show, for example, where natural talents were happening, and they had the furry dance competition. Like you had solo dance comp, and then
Oh, what is? We had another freeze. You said
you
something
being
about the
so
solo competition.
oh dancer,
Hang on,
like
we're
of
losing
dancing.
connection here.
So
Hang on, it's being stupid. Give me a second. I don't want to kill the internet if it's on my end because if I kill the internet, we're probably gonna crash VRChat. So just give me a second. I'm just gonna shut
oh
some stuff down and see if there's some processing going somewhere. Okay.
okay.
Anyway, on the note of dancing, did you know Ferality at FWA this year or last year,
Mhm.
um, our water wolf was in charge for building the set and portal area, and then Ferality actually ran the physical portal. And for us at
Mhm.
FWA, since we made the whole floor, we made the whole VR chat map, they loved our gym floor and wanted a picture of the entire gym floor. And what we didn't know
Mhm.
was they were
Oh
actually
wow.
going to use that as the dance floor. And they did, with our logo all over it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What? That's
So
pretty
yeah.
sick. I did not know that.
Yeah, we accidentally made their dance floor this year. So yeah, it
That's
was
pretty
awesome.
cool.
We
That's
loved
freaking
watching the
amazing.
dance competitions and stuff. And you know what? This is gonna sound weird, but Megaplex is going on right now.
Mm.
And this has so far been
Oh
the
wait, that's right.
quietest convention this year. Nobody's talking about it. It's just silent.
Maybe there's not many interesting things happening.
Well, I don't know. I feel like conventions have already been oversaturated because FWA is only like what 4 hours between Orlando and Atlanta. So it's like I feel like everyone just goes to FWA and then everyone's like, "Oh, Megaplex." You know.
Kind of more of like maybe keeping it chill because I feel like Megaplex is like one of those chill laid back conventions and
In
there's not much
Orlando,
to do.
Florida?
Like it's a bit relaxing. Hmm?
I said in Orlando, Florida? Sorry again. I'm having today's been the day of technical issues,
Okay,
eh?
okay. Yeah. No, you're right. No, I think you're right. I think the reason why people haven't talked about it is because it's been quiet. Like, I feel like because it's more of like one of those chill, relaxed, laid back cons, you know?
Yeah. Of course, it's in Orlando, so I feel like most people go to Orlando just for the theme parks and then call it a day, you know?
Yeah, because it's fun. Oh, sorry. Oh, good. I don't know why I'm yawning. Yeah, no, no, I would wonder furry conventions in America. Everyone says that it's worth it. Like the furry conventions overseas is way more fun than just because Furdu has over 1,000 or something attendees in Australia, where overseas in America and other places have like 10,000 people, 15,000, 20,000. Apparently, it's better to have those attendee numbers because it makes it wilder, it makes it funner. You get to see friend groups and like other people in social groups of different branches having fun, being goofballs, like showing what the community is really about
Hell
as
yeah.
well.
So, like, we were the technology provider for Anthrocon in Pittsburgh. They smashed their attendance
Yep.
records. We were now listed as the most attended FurCon in all of the world at 17,592 attendees, give or
Oh my
take.
god. That like my friend from Australia, one of them, I was at a late night furry party that I got back to around like what 1:20 a.m. My time. I was so dead and tuckered out. I was dancing for 3 hours. My mate went to Texas Furry Fiesta, Anthrocon, Midfest, Furfest. All of the cons, and further confusion, they all went to the American cons and they said it's freaking worth it, mate. You are missing out, but there's a life you have to see. There's more to explore.
Oh yeah, the only thing that sucks is
Like
the long flights, but you're gonna get over here and it's gonna be awesome.
one day I do want to visit America. I have for the longest time
You froze again.
berries. I for the longest time. Oh, which bit did I froze up?
At the longest time exactly, where you repeated
Remember?
yourself coincidentally.
Longest time of my life being a furry online, but I'll get to the bit when I started coming out of my shell and started going to like the furry IRL furry meetups and conventions and whatnot soon. But for the longest time, while being an online furry, Amrock, I've always had friends from America. I've always had online furry friends from America for a long time, and um, we. Oh God, 1 second. I'm good. Oh, sorry, I sneezed. Hay fever season, everyone. Hay fever season. Spring season is almost upon us in Australia. But what was I saying again? Yeah. Um, I had good close like online American furry friends who talked a bit about conventions and whatnot, and I found that really cool. That they had fun. But over the years, I started to get into VR chat. Um, I started becoming an online furry since 2017 to 2020, and during the hard lockdowns and COVID, I got into VR chat from 2019 or 2020, and I've been playing for VR chat for 6 or plus 7 years. I had more American friends. I had somewhat a bit of Australian friends here and there. But I involved myself and engaged more of the online side of things with VR chat furries. Um, you guys showed me the ropes. Everyone in the VR chat community, in the VR chat like furry community, showed me how fun it is to have fun in VR chat. I've learnt so much growing up with my own personal growth. I've learnt a lot of things while understanding my own personal experiences for who I am, how to say, from who I am today because, most people while growing up, they go through a lot of ups and downs in life, trying to figure themselves out. You're still learning and still discovering who you are today as a person. You have a long life to live for, and everyone has their own different time in their own kind of space.
That's
You know,
very
time is of the essence. Time is different for everyone,
yeah, that's
is how they
very
say it.
very well said. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that really want to throw their lives away and they don't really understand what they're missing out on.
What are the important values? This is what I usually say. Put your priorities straight and put them first. Set your priorities straight of what's important to you first, because how are you going to learn to love yourself and discover yourself of who you are as a person? Like, you need to put yourself out there first before other people. Like, yes, you might be like me and care about other people, but mental health for yourself as your own individual person and physical health comes first with you. You need to put yourself out there before anything, because if you don't, then how are you gonna learn from experiences of what it's like to have a good life and being surrounded people that you value and see through you and appreciate you for who you are as a person, you know?
I would agree.
Like, be like be like me. Be like, how to say it? Like, be like me and Amarok. Like, how what's the best way of explaining it? Like, just have fun. Like, have fun, even though it sucks. Like, even though that you're going through ups and downs, you would have to learn the hard way of, knowing yourself as a person, being like, okay, who are my friends? Like, it takes a long time finding the right people who to hang out with. You need to take the time for yourself to learn and discover that, because like you know how it is with certain friend groups, Amarok. You've got people who are there, but you might feel the odd one out. You feel like maybe a lonely wolf on Willow Street or something like that. Like, you feel
Yeah.
like you're the left oddball out and you feel alone. You feel like, okay, you don't know anyone. Like, how would you best case scenario explain this one
Yeah.
to the audience?
Yeah, I was gonna chime in, but again, for some reason, VR chat is just being painful today. But the way I would describe this is by trying to find your group. And I feel like this is also pretty on par experience to starting anew at a university. Because, there's a
Mm,
big transition from public school to high school. I mean, from like public school to college. And for me, I actually
yeah,
got to do that transition twice. I went from high school to University of Cincinnati, then University of Cincinnati to NKU because I had to transfer because NKU was offering me a better position. And
right.
going from high school to UC was a completely whole new game for me because I had a massive dorm, I had a massive, a large group of new people to hang out with, and it was just trying to find your little group to click with, the groups that you maybe want to avoid, and trying to figure out what are you? How is my new personality adapting to this new environment? And
Mhm.
to be honest with you, when I transferred from UC, the College of Engineering, to the College of Informatics at NKU, I actually really found my group. And, what really helped is because UC is a massive college, and Northern Kentucky is really, really small, and I really like that. That smallness allows me to find those people a lot quicker and, find the good people and hang out with them more often. And, if you feel like the oddball, try to adapt to the new social environment. Do things you never thought you would ever do, like go out to social events, go to a
That
rec
might be
fest,
fun. Exactly. And raves or dance parties or being invited out by close friends who have known you for a long time over the years too even. But I know it's a lot harder for people where it will take a lot of time. Like, it's not always gonna be 100% a click. It's always gonna be them taking a bit of time. Like, some people might have it longer than others to find the right ones.
I would
True?
agree with that. I would very greatly agree with that. Is You know what? I know I talk about this a lot in the episodes that I did on this talk show, but I really do feel like social media has really played this really bad picture on people's mouths about how social groups should work. Because I feel like it's so inaccurate. They push you and push you to be the cool kid, be the guy out, and try to please everyone. But then it
And it
just
gets straight to their head. It gets straight to their head
and then it just doesn't work
in a
out.
bad way. Nope. Because that's not the right way to go about it. It's terrible news though. Like, you hear people going through struggles in their own lives, and they're risking their own health and their own uh their own they're risking their own mental health and physical health. They're gonna risk their own lives for doing things that won't be good, you know?
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of like I won't swear, but I've seen a lot of crappy shit that has involved with sort of things that are that bad that I try to stay and keep out of, and don't always want to listen to the news because the news is always like sad. You always hear sad stories of stuff as
I
well.
I would agree
So
with that.
I
It it's
and that's why I
just
keep myself from not listening.
yeah,
It's
it
yeah.
it's just it sucks because again, people go into college. People go let me tell you something. The biggest marketing gimmick is the college experience. There is no such
Mm,
thing as the college experience. It's a
yep.
marketing gimmick to try to get you to buy a dorm, try to get you with your friend groups, try to get you with your people. Now, that sounds really great on paper, but that's not
No.
necessarily a recipe for success.
The reality of it. No, that's not the reality of it behind it.
Oh, yeah. Because really, they're trying to get you to
Mm,
screw around so you flunk out, and then they're just going to replace you with another person. That's the gimmick of college is they want you to fail your classes, except for NKU because NKU actually wants you to succeed, not like a specific other university. Um,
mm.
I feel like the college experience really also puts a really bad taste in what people expect out of college and what people really bring in and think what they should achieve in college, which causes a
Yeah.
lot of problems.
Yeah. Like for me, I through my experience with school and high school, and what we call it. We do have universities here, but we also somewhat maybe call them colleges too. I don't know. But my experiences as a younger kid, I was so shy. I Well, you guys in America call middle school is what we call kindergarten over here in
Yeah.
Australia. Um For me, when I was little in kindergarten, I had very good friends that I was good friends with. I was like, "Oh, yay! I'm here for 2 years." It's kind of like preschooling, like you're in preschool and whatnot. But like I was okay and whatnot socially with all my friends, but like after when you hit 5 years old and then you go to like your first ever primary school or what you call elementary school, and we call it primary school. Um, all of my friends that I knew from kindergarten, and none of them went to the same school as me. I was a complete stranger. I was complete nobody to anyone. But I had it really rough as a kid where I was the odd one out. I was alone. I didn't know how to socially communicate because I didn't know anyone. I was bullied for being the quiet and shy type of girl in my class when I was little. That bullying didn't stop until fourth or halfway through fourth grade. I was It was very, very hard time for me as a kid, struggling and being bullied from prep until fourth grade. And I had one or two best friends, maybe three best friends. But one of my best friends stuck with me for primary school until high school. But we didn't go to the same high school. Um, I thank her, my mum, for who I am as a person today, of why I have my personality, why of who I am as a person because of those two. But through primary school, my closest best friend showed me what that what is more what's more to live for. How to say it? Basically, what is more to life to live, as in there's more things to do in life that you see that is beautiful, the wonders, breathtaking stuff, you know. But after that, after came high school for me, it was the same thing. I knew a few people that were okay and somewhat mutual acquaintance or friends with, but never really got along with because, you know, people don't click with other people. I, I still felt like a loner, you know. But I only stuck with three of my friend groups throughout high school until 12th grade. But after I graduated in 2022, everyone, of course, you know, went their separate ways. My friend from primary school and my friend from high school, no one has contact with me at all. Everyone's fake. They just fucking, sorry, no language, but like, it just upsets me because, you know, the past is the past, but like, people who are like that are always going to be fake. They say that they're going to stay with you for a long time, but no, everyone eventually goes their own separate way in their lives. Everyone cuts contacts off of you with you know, that's why I only really stuck with my family. What's most important to me, my family, and really only the other friends that I only have is furries.
I
People
would
who
ag-
I genuinely have more of a connection with. It sucks because it's sad that you don't have any normie friends that stick by you or, you know, some people are lucky, some people are not lucky. It is what it is with the face of the world in reality and how things go, and they ditch you for everything and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy," and you try to arrange something and hang out with them. They always lie to you. They always say constant bullshit to you. So, mm,
yeah,
it's
I would agree.
it's the face
Our
of reality.
current society has kind of been really, really toxic when it comes to friends. Everyone has this really bad
Mhm.
mindset of what friends really should be, but they never really fulfill it. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
the whole thing sucks. Also, don't really worry too much about our age restrictions because we technically could do whatever we want.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm not getting any
Well, that.
monetization from this because I don't have enough subscribers on YouTube. I'm not pushing it. But but yeah, so we technically have free reign because YouTube's rules are really, really not strict at all. We could do really stupid shit.
Oh, I see. Lol, I did not know that. I'll keep that in mind. But I'm not one to usually swear a lot. I'm good at managing it and whatnot because I know that even though that there are younger audience, you never know though. You never know if there's
Oh
a younger
yeah,
audience watching and
I
clicking on YouTube.
I really
That's the
like how
thing.
you do manage it though, because like not many people can, to be honest with you. I mean, we had a lot of swears on this talk show, that is for sure.
Yeah, no. It's important to keep in mind. It's always important to keep that in the back of your mind because you never know what will come down to it. You really don't know. A lot of people don't know many things in their lives, but yeah, no, that uh yeah, that's really, you know, I guess how it goes. They say it's always comes and goes. They say come and go or
Yeah.
something like that.
So
But
like for me, you know, it's for me, you know, given the way Isaac runs Waterwolf, it's like he wants things to be extremely chill as possible, so you know, I just let things roll.
mhm, yeah,
Yeah. So, you know, going back
mhm.
to you being a voice actor, is there any new voices you're working on?
Oh, any new voices I'm working on? Well, sometimes the with the voice acting, I sometimes get given a role with certain things. Sometimes I even do my own voices. Any voice that I'm working on? Well, not really. I'm kind of taking a break a little bit because, you know, I've been so busy with studying, with my uni courses, or AKA they call them TAFE courses here. Busy studying for work education. Basically, I'm just working hard on myself because I really want to get a job out of the studying that I'm doing. Um, but other than that, no, I haven't been working on any new voices yet. Sometimes I get called in just to like be recorded on like a small server of like a project of like fan made dub comics or something like that, really. But no, I never really thought about that, Amrock.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, no, but I've just been busy doing my own thing as a human being, you know,
Yeah,
when I
we all
can,
we
and
all do
taking
our
breaks.
own things. Like I just started college, and our other host Foxtrot just went back to high school, so that's why he hasn't been joining us for a little while. And it's the time of year.
Yeah.
It's almost September 1st, and I feel like September everyone gets off the summer vibes and goes to relax. And it's interesting here in America in September. I feel like it's our slowest month.
Oh God, tell me about it. Only what? It's already 1st of September for me. God, it's already spring. I just remembered that because I'm like a few hours ahead of you guys.
Oh no. Hey, you're going into spring, so
Yeah,
your summer's coming up, so that's good for you.
and you guys are going into fall soon.
Yep, we're going into fall, and
Yeah.
then it's our work season, and then our summer doesn't start till all the way till March, April, but sometimes
Yeah,
March.
because basically, think of it like this. Our winter is your summer is our winter, basically.
Yep.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, that is.
Where your fall is our spring and our spring is your fall.
Yeah, that is definitely the way I would put it. And I have a lot of Australians that I know on this platform. VRChat is such an interesting ecosystem, that is definitely for sure.
I bet you even know some of my Australian friends, maybe.
Oh yeah, they probably do. They definitely do.
Sleepy bean.
I am sleepy. As soon as I'm done with this episode, I'm gonna go right to bed and then edit it another day. But yeah,
Mhm.
is there anything else you want to talk about?
Mm, oh, I'm just trying to think. Um, I really have nothing else to say.
Oh, I don't blame you. We've been at this for a total of 47 minutes. That's not bad. But yeah,
Oh God. Oh wow.
oh god. That's
Oh
okay.
God. Wow.
The current Waterwolf Howl Knight
Yeah.
record
Sorry.
is DJ Stitcheroo with 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, he was a
Wow.
talker.
My God.
He had a lot of important positions under his belt. Like he works with Area 55. He's the Ferality HR guy. You know, come to think of that,
Yep.
how does he have Waterwolf and is the word HR in his other job position? Because that Isaac, a funny little tidbit of trivia is Isaac absolutely hates the word HR, because he doesn't want anyone to feel like there's a human resources at Waterwolf. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
man, he's friends with the guy that runs
Mhm.
human resources at Fidelity. I'm surprised that hasn't contributed to some interesting conversations. Knowing his absolute hatred for HR, he's probably asked him, "Hey, you should dissolve your HR department. It isn't necessary." Because every time I would suggest some
Yeah.
sort of additional rule set for a convention or anything that Waterwolf runs, he's like,
Mm.
"We do not need a Waterwolf HR."
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
But
so
no,
funny about that.
that is hilarious. But no, I really enjoyed the interview. Do you I really enjoyed the interview. I look forward to future interviews with you guys.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Of more not of like what maybe more things that I haven't talked about, but while still getting to know me as a person.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can like come by anytime you want. Like we do these on the fly for a reason because we're always adaptive to the talent. because the talent sets the time, talent sets the date, and talent sets the amount of people here. And really, it's because we want a chill atmosphere. You know, a lot of talents that come on here, this is their first time being here, and it's really intimidating, and we don't like that.
Mm,
Yeah, we
mm.
just want people
But
to
no,
come here and
I
just talk.
yeah, and talk about their experiences of, their life, like how they came to be in the community, how, like, um, while growing up, everyone has their own different experiences and their own sort of like ways of explaining, like, where they are today of what they've achieved throughout their life
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
and
sorry
whatnot.
about that. I said, "Oh yeah, definitely." It's not picking up again. Yeah, anyway, is there any closing words you'd like to say?
Say that again. I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, sorry, is there any final words you'd like to say?
I would like to say thank you for bringing me onto the interview, and thank you for such a lovely how do I say it? Thank you for such a warm, welcoming um how do I say it? Thank you for inviting me onto the show and the interview. Um, thank you for welcoming me into Water Wolf and being so welcoming and uh so uh um amazing and wonderful and such amazing people on here. And I want to thank you to audience for listening in, and thank you for everything, Amrock. Like, it's been wonderful talking on here, and I look forward to it in the future as well, and
Oh yeah.
cannot wait
Oh yeah.
to talk more about my experiences with you guys.
Oh yeah, it's been awesome to have you, and I'm glad you came by and saw us. And it's a great close to another great episode of Hell Night, hopefully. And um, I can't wait to have you back on again. You could be a reoccurring
Yeah,
character.
of course.
Talk about your cool life events and all the stuff you're up to. It'd be lovely to have you back on the
Yeah,
show again. Well, anyway, this is
of
Amarok,
course.
and we're at our new Waterwolf Talk Show Center. And I thank you all for coming. The world is now public, so feel free to stop by and make your own videos if you want. And we wish you all a happy day, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.